And a miracle from God. A few years ago, as I was studying and reading the Word of God, I came across a definition of a miracle that I've never forgotten. And a miracle is simply divine intervention into human affairs. And of course, when we look at this text tonight, I believe that this is one of the greatest miracles recorded in the Word of God. Of course, this is a great text because it is one of the few miracles that is recorded by John. Of course, as you study the book of John, or the Gospel of John, you will see that John shares with us the purpose for which he wrote his gospel at the end of this gospel. He says, "And many other signs truly did Jesus in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book," but he says, "These are written that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you might have life through his name." When you study the book of the Gospel of John, you will see that John is very selective of miracles he leaves on record. In contrast to the Gospels according to Matthew and Mark and Luke, in the Gospel of John, you don't read about any genealogy. There's no account of Jesus' birth. There's nothing about Jesus' boyhood, nothing about his temptation, nothing about his transfiguration, no appointing of disciples, no parables in John, no account of ascension. There's no transcription even of the Great Commission in the Gospel of John. But when I do read and study the book of John, I find the 7 I ams of Jesus. Jesus said, "I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world." And he says, "Before Abraham was, I am." He says, "I am the good shepherd. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the true vine." And out of all of the miracles performed in Jesus' earthly ministry, John only records 7, including the one that we're focusing in our text on tonight. And of course, secondly, this text is great because it shows, listen to this, how God can take what someone would call a tricky, dirty, illogical, embarrassing, and unfair approach to bring it about a manifestation of his glory and his power. It also shows the great faith of a man who was born blind. Now understand that there's every man that has been dealt unto him a measure of faith. But also we must be keenly aware that there will be times in our lives that great or excellent faith must be exhibited to bring to bear a miracle or blessing in our lives. I like to call it excellent faith. Everybody say excellent faith. Excellent faith is excellent because when you look at the word excellence, it's defined as doing common things in an uncommon way, or doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way. Please know that there will be times in life when you must have extraordinary, uncommon faith, especially in times when God allows tricky, illogical, embarrassing, and unfair things to happen in our lives.